Welcome to MS Project 2010. Let's get started right away by looking at the layout of MS Project. You'll see that we're on the Task tab in the upper left-hand corner. That by default is similar to a Home tab where most of the functions that you use on a day-to-day basis are. For example, cutting and pasting and font size. Overall, this is where most of your day-to-day functions are. The Resource tab is where any resources that you apply to certain tasks, whether it be a room or a person or equipment, can either be applied to a task or edited. The Project tab have functions that apply to the overall project. The View tab is pretty self-explanatory. It's where you can either change views or edit views. You may or may not have the Acrobat tab. The Format tab is where you can edit the layout of the Gantt chart or your table. Let's get started by opening up a template. That way we have data to work with. Go ahead and go to the File tab in the upper left-hand corner. Go ahead and click on New. Under New, you notice you can open up a blank project or look at your recent projects. What I'd like to do is open up a template that came from Microsoft Office. Click on the Plans icon in the bottom left-hand corner. Under Plans, double-click on Business Plans. You'll notice a plethora of templates available to you. I recommend looking through these templates to see if there is something similar to your project and using it as a reference. But I oftentimes do not recommend starting from these templates because it is better to build a base that is customized specifically for your project. What I'd like to look for is the new product plan. In the upper right-hand corner where it says Search Office.com for templates, please select and type Product. Hit Enter, and you'll notice there is an option for New Product Plan. Go ahead and double-click on New Product Plan. You'll notice that we now have a very detailed project to use to look at different views available for us. The view we're currently in, under the Task tab, is called the Gantt chart view. It's a chronological list of the tasks that we have in our project. On the right-hand side is the Gantt chart. The Gantt chart shows tasks, also in chronological order, but they also show how the tasks are related to each other. For example, this task, which I can see the information for by hovering my mouse over, Describe New Product Idea, has to be finished before this task can begin, which is gather information required for the go, no-go decision. So the Gantt chart also shows the relationships between the tasks and also the resources assigned. For example, product engineering is assigned to the first task. We'll go into this in more detail later. You can look through tasks and navigate through MS Project similar to the way that you navigate through MS Excel. For example, the Enter button moves you down, and the arrow buttons move you from left to right. Be wary, though, that if you actually click inside the Gantt chart and drag, you may actually be editing a task. There's also a shortcut to view a specific task in the Gantt chart. For example, if I wanted to see where Review Legal Issues was on the Gantt chart, I can simply select Review Legal Issues, and in the upper right-hand corner, click Scroll to a Task. And notice when I click on Scroll to a Task, the Gantt chart moves to that specific task so that I can view it. I also want to add a caveat to any of the icons that I select in the ribbon at the top. Depending on your computer or your screen resolutions, you may have a larger button in the ribbon. For example, Inspect might be a larger button for you, but for me, because of my screen resolution, it's a smaller icon. I'll call out the name of that icon or button so that you can find it by its label. Another way to search for a task is by using the icon in the upper right-hand corner. It's the Find icon, and it looks like a pair of binoculars. For example, if I wanted to see something about prototype process, I could click on the icon with the binoculars and type prototype process. I will leave the defaults here and click Find Next. And you'll notice it pops me right over to Develop Prototype Process. I can click Close. And then if I want to see this task on the Gantt chart, I can go in the upper right-hand corner again and click Scroll to Task. There it is. Go ahead and try exploring the Task tab on your own. Try the binoculars icon or the Scroll to Task. Try clicking in some of the tasks, typing, scrolling through, whatever you choose. Don't worry about changing the template. We can always clear it out later if we like.